So before you click off, think you've seen this already. You didn't. This is part 2 to how people from Africa, diaspora, and third world countries be scared of the hood. This is part 2 to that. It's just the same TikTok clips. All right, enjoy. So according to TikTok, immigrants of the African diaspora feel like this when they're around Black Americans.
Amazon man, getting up out of here. You see all these black folks. He's running. That's funny as hell.
I am scared. I am scared. I am scared. Scared, 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 scared. I am scared. I am scared. I am.
This is how they feel about blacks in the hood, even though they come from militias and they got kid soldiers and they come from shanties in the worst types of ghettos in the world. This is how they feel about us.
Amazon man, getting up out of here. You see all these black folks. He's running. That's funny as hell.
They feel like white people. They think they white people when they come amongst us. These people who swum in feces, right? Who defecated in buckets, right? And eat mud, do all types of horrendous things to women and children, and whole schools of females get abducted, never to be found again. But this is how they feel about us in America.
I am scared. I am scared. I am scared. Scared, 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 scared. I am scared. I am scared. I am.
See, this is Jasmine Flowers, right? Brooklyn bred, 1981. Go and follow her on TikTok. Black American mom. She works hard, and you can tell she's solid, right? So, anyways, the trend on TikTok that says, "I'm black and I'm not afraid to admit so and so." Okay, her so and so was, "I'm black and I'm not afraid that people from the hood give her anxiety." Get that part. We both Black American. I get what she's saying. You know what I'm saying, I get that part. But the immigrants got in. The Caribbeans and the Africans got in. Now, immigrants and Africans don't usually move into our communities, and they usually don't even know us. Usually they move amongst white people, and they grow up amongst white people in the suburbs. So their perspective is a white perspective. See, these immigrants always get to talk for and say things white people can't say, and white people eat it up. Like a Candace Owens. Candace Owens get to use her skin to say things white people can't say. That's her whole job. Candace Owens' whole job is to say things white people can't say about black people and reiterate right-wing, conservative talking points. That's exactly what these immigrants is doing. Is going crazy. And that's going to get my point on it. So, yeah, so without further ado, get into this podcast.
Black people of TikTok, can you please stop the cap? You know exactly who she meant by hood people. She wasn't talking about the black people that sometimes talk ghetto and may look ghetto. She was talking about niggas. These niggas in particular. These niggas is scary. And you know how I know you capping? Because your mom told you when you was a kid to stay away from these niggas in particular. Every black person can agree that we have niggas that we stay away from. Tell me what you think, though.
I seen this girl make a post earlier where she was like, "I'm not afraid to admit hood people scare me." Now, although that may trigger some people, y'all have to understand some of us are just genuinely traumatized. Now, I didn't grow up in the hood, but I worked in the hood.
Sure did work as a scripper. This hood rat ex-prostitute got a whole backstory that's outlandish. She's the biggest liar of TikTok. She been exposed, been in jail 3 times, got caught some grams. I don't know what kind of grams, I'm gonna lie. Like, she got caught some grams. I'm assuming it's the cocaine type of grams. She married some old 60-old cent, 50-old cent. She act like she got this good life. I mean, yo, she's a hood rat. But I got a whole podcast about her coming up like an episode or 2 down the line. Stay tuned, I'll drop it real soon. But yo, it's been crazy. Delusional. The delusion is, you know, they want to sprinkle bitches. But all these sprinkle bitches, all these things seem to sprinkle dust and dirt and salt. These bitches is crazy. Now, you assume how she looked in her first video, this is a whole different person. Now, this is the same person. This is like she's like the new Michael Jackson and the old Michael Jackson. But this was, but yo, my nigga, She must be Haitian because she got voodoo magic with the makeup. She just a whole different person. But I get into that later. Let's keep the podcast pushing.
No one, and I mean no one does anti-blackness better than a black immigrant or like a black person from the Caribbean or a black person from Africa or wherever else in the world that doesn't like African Americans. No one. And it's not even funny anymore. I'm legit concerned because they be the greatest coons. Like they'll say the most out-of-pocket, outlandish stereotypes or negative thing about African Americans, and I have to think to myself, where did this come from? Who told you this information? How do you know this? And it's even crazy because sometimes you'll find people that haven't even been to America, has never encountered an African American in their lives saying these things. And it's crazy because the way they talk about African Americans, you think African Americans are the furthest demographic from them, right? Put a black immigrant that can't stand African Americans on the phone and you'll be talking to a nationalist. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're thieves. This is what they do. They're criminals. This is what white people say about you. Like, you peep that, right? You understand that this is how they look at all of us combined. Like, before opening your mouth, you think white girl Becky's gonna know that you're Nigerian and the girl standing next to you is African American? Like, even if you had an accent, they'd probably say it's AAVE. At this day and age, 2024, you should not be pandering to white people. Where has it gotten you? No one.
I'm a black person and I'm scared to admit this, but there are times growing up that I was actually afraid of black people. Now, hold up. Don't count. I'm black, as you can see. I don't know, maybe you can't see, maybe you can hear, but I'm black. My parents are immigrants from Africa, so they're not even American. And when they came here in the 1970s, 80s, I'm not even sure when they came here, but when they came here, they somehow happened to move to New Mexico, a land where there are literally no black people around. So, from their perspective, the only black people they knew were other Africans or what they saw in the media, because American media portrayed black people in a certain way. They portrayed them in like the ghetto and the hood. So growing up, my parents were trying to teach me not to act like that because that's the only representation of blacks we had at the time. And so like I kind of started becoming quote unquote white because I was raised in the suburbs and I was not trying to be black because that's the only black things I knew. It wasn't like today where you have social media and like people comfortable with their hair and comfortable in their bodies. It's only the movies we had, and they were doing with the information they had.
As a African man, let me repeat that, as a African man, matter of fact, as a Nigerian man, let me say that before y'all get y'all pennies in a twist. This trend is hilarious, bro. It is the most funniest thing. But let's talk specifically about the hood one, because that's the one I've been seeing.
Nigga, Nigerians got Boko Haram. What are you talking about? These African niggas got all types of militias and kid soldiers, but yet they scared of us.
My number one pet peeve is when people try to be deliberately dense or act ignorant to like what people are saying on this app. People are not scared of ghetto people, bro. They are scared of ghetto people that have nothing to lose, bro. Not just ghetto people. People are not scared of people from the hood. People are scared of people from the hood that like to show that they're from the hood. And I've seen this girl come on here and be like, oh, the ghetto people, the hood people, the dangerous people, they're not worried about y'all. Says who? Says who?
Nigeria has the world's most scammers per capita. Y'all niggas is the most scammingest, stealingest people in the world. And y'all be trying to, come on, man, cut it out. Nigga, you Nigerians are scared of the hood. The things y'all seen, the things y'all parents see. And matter of fact, your parents might have been some of them soldiers. Your parents might have been the people who you know, who set up coups and started all the instigating. You know, the COINTELPRO version of Nigeria. The audacity of these hut boys. These hutties is crazy. These hutties and shanties is out of control. Meanwhile, in your country, you got Boko Haram. Y'all got children soldiers. Y'all scamming still. Y'all scamming still internationally. Nobody wants y'all in their country. Y'all have a bad name in your country, and here you are in America talking crazy. You scared of the hood. Nigga, your parents might have been in something. You might have been a goddamn child soldier. What are you talking about? Your parents might have been a warlords. We don't know you. Don't be on TikTok getting comfortable because he's some young nigga. You in America now? Barefoot hut boy, hut 1, hut 2.
Friends who tell me all the time, Kool-Aid, bro, people can't just walk in my hood, bro. Whoever just walk in the hood willy-nilly gonna get pressed. So you mean to tell me I cannot just be a regular human being, walk in the hood without something bad happening?
We can't just be regular human beings walking in Nigeria or the Gambia. What are you talking about? The Gambian American women can't even live their life. Like 6 of them got 187. This for living their lives. What are you talking about? How many Africans or Nigerians died in America in the hood? How many? Name some. I don't know none. And I've been to hundreds of hoods in my life. Hundreds of times. I don't know none. We can't wear no jewelry in Nigeria. Shut up. Shut up. We can't wear no jewelry in Nigeria, Jamaica, Africa, nowhere. You gotta stay on the tourist resorts. They treat y'all like animals. We can't even feed y'all. We can't even give y'all grapes and bread. Treat y'all like ducks and bears. We can't even give y'all bananas and shit. I would rather come there and get y'all some fruit and some seeds and bread. You know what I'm saying? But we can't feed y'all.
Well, I'm so scared of the hoods. I'm so scared of black ghetto ratchet people. Oh, they're so loud and dangerous.
This covert anti-black rhetoric was so when I first came into this country, I was technically first gen.
First gen, it means you're born here. You're not technically first gen. You're not. Your kid may be a first gen, but you're not a first gen.
And that was a rhetoric that my parents basically shoved down my throat.
Give me that throat. Your parents shoving the wrong things down it. Give me that throat. But sir, nothing. Give me that Haitian woman.
That African Americans were dangerous and African Americans were ghetto and dangerous.
Bitch. Haiti is gangland. What are you talking? Your parents come from gangland. They killed like 7 presidents, executed like 8 leaders. What are you talking about? What was your parents? Your parents is crazy. They gonna call us ghetto and live in shanties. What's more, nigga, the worst ghetto is like the best y'all can do in your country. Our worst ghetto is y'all best is heaven to y'all. It's heaven. Our slums is heaven. We're not in Mississippi and all that, like I ain't talking about like, third world, middle America down south, slave quarters and shit. Ain't talking about that. But besides that, like the East Coast, it's lovely, especially in Florida. What are you talking about? Our slums is a luxury. Our slums is luxury to y'all.
I'm black, but I don't like ghetto people thing. Is that a problem? Or we can't be scared? We can't be scared because we black? I don't get it. Like, hear me out. Growing up, I grew up around rednecks, like hardcore rednecks. The way Dave Chappelle be talking about white people, that's who I grew up around. But then all my neighbors, I live next to Howard Street in the Berg. If you know, you know. They all ghetto black people.
Nigga, you're African. And nigga, I don't know if you know it or not, but if you're living around rednecks and ghetto people, nigga, you are a ghetto person. You think you gonna live between rednecks and ghetto people and think you're not one of them? With your big cartoon lips, you weirdo, you big sugar tank doofus, big fruit cup, you fruit by the foot.
I'm scared of rednecks. I'm scared to admit as a black person. I hate ghetto, loud, monkey looking, Cheeto munching ass mother.
Y'all from the projects. Y'all from the projects, right? All right, cool. So in America, there's 1.1 million housing units, and there's 3,000 local public housing projects. United States, 2.2 million residents, right? Now, mind you, all those are not black Americans. You have some Latino projects, you have Mexican projects, you have Puerto Rican projects, you have black, white. Anybody can be in the projects, but let's say they're mostly black, but we get a bad rep for it, right? Okay, cool. Now, the white version of the projects really is trailer parks, and we know all trailer parks is white. Now, there is 43,000 trailer parks, mobile home parks, 22 million residents. But the hood and the poor stigma gets put on us. That doesn't make sense. There are 10 times more trailer parks in these projects in people. I just want to put that out there. Not to mention there's 5 million rural residents, right? And 20% of them are all poor, like poor. Like, it's poor areas. But yet we get the stigma. I just want to put that out there before we get it popping. Hey, yo, white people automatically assume that the hood is just black people. Like, it ain't Puerto Rican hoods, ain't Dominican hoods, it ain't Caribbean hoods. Nigga, you got all types of hoods. Yeah, Mexican hoods. Nigga, the hood is, even though it's a black American term that we took, people be jacking and sampling up. And why do you always assign ghetto to, you know, black people? You have white trailer park trash as ghetto. You have ghetto ass Puerto Ricans. You have ghetto ass nigga. Ghetto doesn't belong to black people. Ghetto belongs to the Italians and the Jewish people. That's just where the word came from, and it's who it's for. Somehow, some way, they assign that shit to us. That's not art. We don't own that shit. You know, I realize about bitches be like, oh, that's ghetto, that's bougie. You bitches live off credit. Live off credit and debt, and y'all dress pretty good, and you got makeup, y'all got good jeans, but y'all think y'all above the hood. Y'all not. Y'all don't live too far from the hood ever. Y'all ain't never more than 5 miles from the hood. Y'all ain't never more than a check or two away from being back in the hood. And a lot of y'all are immigrants. Y'all don't understand the depths of the hood. Like, y'all just see shit on TV, y'all just see stereotypes, and y'all take that. See, y'all all dress like hip hop. Hip hop is hood. A lot of y'all Africans, Jamaicans, Caribbeans, a lot of y'all have no connection to the hood because a lot of y'all first generation immigrants, second generation immigrants. When your parents come, they don't come to the hood. Caribbean and African parents always say, stay away from black Americans, stay away from the ghetto, but they never mention the white people that kill them. Y'all die more from white people than anybody. They'll never say stay away from people who look like Amber Geiger, the white cop who killed that Haitian nigga. Botham Jean. Never said stay away from white girls like that. Never stay away from white girls who might kill you. And never said stay away from white girls like Courtney Clenny, who might just stab you, like they stab the other African immigrant. No, never say for them blonde hair, blue-eyed white girls, because they always seem to kill y'all. They never seem to say stay away from white girls like Kim Porter, who might just kill you with a gun. Stay away from white girls like Susan Lawrence, or whatever her name was, Susie Lewis Lawrence, who shot her black neighbor. Never say don't jog in white neighborhoods, or 3 white men might come and shoot you. They never tell you that. They say to stay away from ghetto. No. It's the black people. How many immigrants died in black neighborhoods? They say stay away from them black. Say away. No. It's the people who not ghetto that y'all need to stay away from. The people who could articulate themselves, who could dress well, who could talk well, who could smile in your face and have a whole basement of tools to dismember you and whole tubs of acid. Never tell your kids to stay away from white girls who could call rape on them, who could kill them, who could do anything to them and get them arrested. Your parents never seem to say nothing about white supremacy. They over there in their countries prejudging us and not having no opinion about white people. Just raising y'all as kiss-ass coons because they only allow kiss-ass coons. And when you in a white neighborhood, you can only be a kiss-ass coon. You can never be solid. Unless hood people have a reason to have a chip on their shoulder. At least you can see them coming. You can see their attitude. These people have straight faces, talk nice, very articulate, clean, well fed, well traveled, well educated, got the best things in life. You can never see them coming. That just don't cross your mind, huh? Y'all just feel safe around white supremacy. It's just a natural thing to be around. This is who you want to simulate to be. This is you want to have your neighbors. I'm not living in the hood any day. I would never live in a suburb around white people. I never feel comfortable around white people. Not too many of them. When I'm the only one, it's a problem. If it ain't more black people than white people, I don't want to be in that surrounding. See, that's why all y'all immigrants is different. That's why we have no connection to y'all. Nigga, we have to school and educate y'all for y'all to understand where we coming from. But nah, we ain't got time for that. Don't call that. Y'all on your own. Be bozos. Yeah, stay away from the hood. We don't want y'all in there anyway. Stay as far away from the hood as possible. We don't want nothing to do with y'all because y'all can only get accepted by black people. See, the hood accept everybody. You can be white, come to the hood, get embraced. You can be Jamaican, you can be African. The hood embrace everybody. The suburbs don't. They petition to get you out of there. Keep in mind, y'all live in a historically segregated parts of towns where it was red line. Y'all couldn't go there. And not to mention, these are the same towns that KKK used to come to people's doors and burn crosses and throw Molotov cocktails through windows. These are the neighborhoods y'all be moving into. See, y'all be knowing the history. It be a lot of ghosts in them houses y'all be trying to move to in proximity to. Them people don't want you there. You think them grandparents didn't tell them great-grandkids how they used to make people get the fuck up out of them neighborhoods? The deed still say no Negroes are allowed to buy this property, but that's the neighborhoods and property y'all move amongst. But yeah, y'all don't want to be amongst us. Oh, we ghetto. See, this is what we know. See, we know our history. See, y'all come here, y'all be ignorant. Y'all be in the blind. Nigga, we know certain towns, certain neighborhoods we don't want to move in because our grandparents couldn't move in them. Like, everybody go somewhere where the KKK drug my uncle out, or move somewhere where they had a fire Molotov cocktail. Y'all niggas, y'all can keep them. Y'all can keep the proximity to whiteness. Keep it. Keep your proximity. Y'all move amongst potential KKK members and skinhead and white nationalists. That's what all the KKK and white nationalists and skinheads, they're not in the hood. They're all in the suburbs where you want to be at, where you aspire to be at, where your parents don't even mention these type of people. Don't describe them. People who used to hang people like you, people who used to own people like you, people who hated people like you. You know what I'm saying? They never tell y'all not to associate with people who might lie on you, because the same people who had a right to kill y'all, the same people who used to torture people who look just like you, the same people, and you look like the people who had no rights. You like the same people they victimized on TV. They never told you that, huh? They said the same from black people. Don't stay away from the police or the white girls who got fentanyl habits or drug habits, entitlement issues, or white girls who spoiled, who know the law on their side, who ancestors used to own people like you. They never told you that, huh? Just not stay away from the hood. They never told you that you really don't have all your rights here. They don't tell you this to look at people like you as 3/4 of a human. Nah, those people's fine. Those people who used to rape, slaughter, and kidnap people and hang people and do experiments on people and no, they're perfectly fine to be around. Because the past so far, that don't exist. Probably the same people your fucking ancestors sold us to. Or especially if you African, it seems like y'all love to be around white girls, white men. Y'all seem to love that. Y'all more familiar with them. When shit goes wrong, y'all will look at us for help and support. Nah, never again. Nah. Stay over there. Stay over there. Don't identify as black, because you're not one of us. See, you just like to be like, I'm not like them niggas. Nah. We not like you niggas. Stay over there. Because y'all all learn. Y'all always seem to learn. And we ain't got to teach you. Y'all be allowing them to say N-word jokes. Y'all allow them to call an American an N-word while in your presence behind their back and never tell the black person what they said. Y'all be some real, y'all deserve every bit of white oppression they give y'all when y'all come here. Y'all want to love the people who destroyed your country. The same people you depend on, they made you depend on them because they destroyed your country. You depend on yourself. The Caribbean, y'all just weird. Y'all want to live amongst the people. They had deeds to say they could never sell houses to the Negro race. That's what y'all moving amongst. I'd rather live amongst Karens who follow you to your door and make you show ID to prove that you live somewhere. In your house, in your condo. This is people you choose to live around. Who call the cops on you when they wrong. And you go to jail for it. This is the people y'all comfortable around. The Carolyn Bryants. Y'all always seem to want to be around the Carolyn Bryant type women. White women treat Caribbeans and Africans like shit.
Guap, cheddar, cheese. Oh, you can best believe I'ma continue to stress the need. See, if I see one of my hoes giving up sex for free, I'ma hit her with a wind slap. It's gonna send an excessive breeze, knock her out her dress and weave, conjuring strong winds, swirling up pets and leaves, knock nests from trees. Oh, it's gonna be a mess indeed testing me. See, pimping ain't easy, but yet it need to be done. Yeah. And if you thinking it's easy, to put it easy, you're dumb. Yeah. See, I make it hard to breathe, like you got heat in your lungs, and plus I walk it like I talk it, like it's feet on my tongue. I'm still low-key with this pimping shit, though I'm infamous. See, I pimp a bitch with different sentences, using emphasis. Like, bitch, don't play with my money, don't play with my cheese. Yeah. You can't convince my hoes to stay away from me, cause see, they hate when I leave. Plus my backhand strong as 4 pecs, this pimpin' both flex, I'm so blessed, these haters hate when I sneeze. A true player indeed. If I tell a bitch she got it coming, she'll receive it. If I tell a bitch go get my money, she'll retrieve it. I could tell a bitch the sky is red and she'll believe it. But I'd rather tell a bitch I got to have it and I need it. You don't know what to do, motherfucker. Snap, Josh.
Why we don't treat black Americans like that? Because we act like Rick James to them. We burn them with crack pipes and shit. We be on some Ike Turner, say we a little different. See, they look at us differently. Y'all the docile cornballs. They call y'all N-words. They hit y'all. We don't play that. They don't treat us like that. These is white bitches. That's white bitch. What? They know we got sisters. They got police, but we got sisters. And we always we used to jail. So it's a little different. They know who they dealing with when they dealing with us. Y'all just pushovers. And the same with white men. White men don't treat African American women like they treat African and Caribbean women. It's rare that a African American woman will even consider dating a white man. Black American women date the least outside their race. Y'all women come here and y'all always get out y'all always have mulatto mixed kids because y'all don't like yourself. Y'all always y'all be bleaching y'all skin, straightening your hair, wearing cricket wigs. Y'all hate yourself. See, in the Black American culture, we was always fly. Like we have fly girls, we have fly dudes. It was dudes that like. We grow up liking each other. Like we grow up thinking we was cool because we had rap, we had kingpins, we had pimps, we had cool things. Not necessarily the most positive role models, but we have fly people, fashionable people, funny people, charismatic people, sports athletes, cool dudes. Y'all didn't grow up like we did. Y'all didn't grow up in the communities like we did. Y'all grew up wishing to be Americans. Y'all grew up wishing to be with somebody white because y'all fell into the movie. We had our own thing going on. They don't treat us like y'all. American don't treat y'all the same. Y'all still get paid less. They still pay less than they pay Black Americans. Like everything is y'all just diet American Negroes. Y'all the bootleg Negroes. Y'all African American light. Y'all not light skin, but light. LITE. Y'all niggas, y'all just easier to deal with. Y'all docile. Y'all scared to get deported. They can't deport us. It's just different. And you know what? None of them serial killers or school shooters are ghetto. None of them act ghetto. None of them talk ghetto. No slang. They probably don't listen to no rap music at all. They probably don't listen to no rap music, eat no soul food. And matter of fact, all of them probably hate ghetto people too. So would y'all be comfortable around them? They're not ghetto. You're not afraid of them people at all. Would you be afraid of Woe Vicky? Would you be afraid of motherfucking Hannah Montana? She was acting ghetto. Miley Cyrus acting ghetto. Would you be afraid of Honey Boo Boo? They're ghetto. Marilyn Monroe was ghetto. She's from a trailer park. What's more ghetto than a trailer park? Vanilla Ice was ghetto. Would you be scared of Vanilla Ice? Do Vanilla Ice scare you?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I claim black folks still.
That shit was fucking rappers, football players, got a BBL, them blew a skin flute on video. What's more ghetto than that? White girls be twerking. That's not ghetto. They don't scare you. I bet they don't scare you. I bet they talk like you, to articulate just like you. Ghetto is behavior. It's not really a class of people. They're not a group of people. I mean, you could assign ghetto to a poor neighborhood. You could call it. It could be an AKA ghetto poor neighborhood. A place doesn't define your behavior or your mind state or your characteristics. You might have some inclinations, but it doesn't define how you behave and how you carry yourself. Stupid people, ignorant people behave the same way. Low-class people, take it this way, right? You could give a person with respect and dignity who has prided themselves and care about their characteristics no money, right? And they're carrying themselves with class. You could give ignorant people a bunch of money. They're still going to be ghetto. But you will feel comfortable around this person with money. See, it's a skin color that I'm comfortable with. Skin color scare y'all. Dark skin scare y'all. And this is the ironic thing. When black people are ghetto, they get demonized. They become stereotypes, ostracized, laughed at, picked at, pointed at. When white people do it, they get famous. Well, Vicky's famous. But Honey Boo Boo's famous. Kim Kardashian, or bitch is a billionaire. Oh, on the back of she's famous from a black skin flute. She was blowing skin flute. She was blowing Ray J skin flute. Then with Kanye. Kanye is ghetto. Wait, hold on for a second. We gotta put some respect on Ray J skin flute or his baby shooter. This Ray J is a B-list celebrity, maybe a C-list celebrity, but his penis has more value than Bill Clinton's penis. Bill Clinton's penis made Monica Lewinsky a household name, famous for blowing the skin flute. And he's white. That's how you know black is great. Ray J's skin flute made the Kardashians. This nigga penis produced something that's more greater than him. He out here saying about one wish and shit. And his penis granted this bitch whole family all the wishes. This nigga had a genie in his pee-pee. Kim Kardashian rubbed the genie out sucked the genie out this nigga. She's living better than him, Brandy, Snoop. Oh, she's living better than all of them. She's more famous than all of them. Ray J, man meat, as a B-list celebrity, made a bitch more famous than the goddamn presidents. Goddamn, it made more nigga. It made a bitch more nigga. It's multiple billions in the Kardashians now. Nigga, Ray J, he might be even kind of broke, but that nigga produced. Nigga, I'll be so mad every time I hear the name Kardashian. If I'm out here fucking struggling in my sex tape to make this bitch famous. How That's what I'm saying. We live in a culture where we could just make hoes famous. How this area is so strange to me. These times are so strange to me. Anyway, let's get back to the topic. And I'm gonna go as far as saying this. Don't nobody from the black community of respect comes from the suburbs, middle class, or upper class. Nobody. I mean, you might get some working class people like Martin Luther King, working class people, but most icons and heroes have to defy whiteness and white oppression. People from the suburbs, they don't defy whiteness. No, they assimilate. They get indoctrinated. They take on their ideology, their behaviors, characteristics. They become of the oppressor. That's where they have the Stockholm syndrome. People in the ghetto rebel against the system. They rebel against the government, rebel against the peace, the riots. Everybody we respect came from the ghetto. The Black Panthers came from the ghetto. Malcolm X came from the ghetto. Tupac came from the ghetto. Nipsey Hussle came from the ghetto. Mike Tyson came from the ghetto. Michael Jordan came from the ghetto. Michael Jackson came from the ghetto. All our icons came from the ghetto. Does nobody from the suburbs or middle class ever defies whiteness? Nobody great comes from the suburbs. Not one person. You can't name 5 people from the suburbs that Black American respect. Nigga, you assimilate to oppression in the suburbs. In the hood or in the ghetto, we are the only ones who fight oppression. The riots, civil rights came from oppression. Defying oppression. The fighters come from oppression. Angela Davis, Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale came from Oakland. LeBron James, Booker T. Washington. Everybody great comes from the hood, and most of them all side with the black experience. We all talk about oppression. People love, if you don't love your hood, you're probably not one of us. And everything y'all suburb people act like you suburb, or you suburban, you nerd, you dorsal grew up around and amongst white people. Everything you like is from the ghetto. All the fashion, all the music, all the icons, nigga, your favorite rappers, your favorite athletes, Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan, nigga, everybody you love comes from, nigga, don't nobody worth mentioning comes from the suburb. Nobody. Nigga, I can't name a person I like or respect that came from the suburb. Because y'all all assimilate. Y'all all become puppets. Y'all are the dogs of the suburbs, right? Y'all at the floor. Y'all the lowest denominator of the suburbs. The kings of the ghettos is the icons of America. Nigga, the elite, nigga, y'all can never be elite from the suburbs. No one respects Obama. No one respects Kamala, Ramaswamy. These ain't black people, but nobody respects none of these people. None of these people are icons. None of these people are mentioned. All icons have to come from the ghetto because the ghetto is adversity. You can't be a hero if you don't have no adversity. If you can't defy oppression, if you have no supervillain. 50 Cent is from the hood. Ja Rule is from the burbs. That's the difference. We admire 50 Cent. We see his struggle. We see his hustle. I personally like Ja Rule. I'm just juxtaposing the conversation. Ja, if you ever see this, my nigga, there's no respect. But Ja Rule's like a suburban type of dude. And look at him now. His hustle ain't like 50 cents. It's a difference. It's a different type of hunger. Ambition comes from the hood because we don't have nothing. We go harder. We are the fighters. Y'all are the cowards. The suburb produce cowards. It produced cowards, bad wenches, coons, and traitors. Weak people. The weak class comes from the suburbs. The strong class, the warrior class comes from the hood, the ghetto. The same people you scared of. See, it's a disconnection. And most of y'all that say this are not even American. Don't know Black American niggas say they don't from the guy. Don't know Black Americans say they scared of the ghetto. Nigga, there's no Black American in America that's not from the hood. Either they're a generation removed, or even two, let's say your grandparents, right? But somebody along the line went back to go back to the hood. Nigga, no one is 2 generations removed from the hood. No one's 2 generations from the hood. Because you only had a boomer class. That was like in the 60s and 70s, that class. That's like my grandparents' age. Then they kids fell victim to crack. Then we was all in the hood. Nigga, you got an aunt, a cousin, an uncle. Nigga, if you a Black American, you have ties to the hood. You know what's funny about Black Americans too? We all got them cousins. It's usually females. That's a cousin or that's an aunt who they from the hood, but they moved out the hood. Like they from the projects for real, but they moved out the hood and always got a sister or a cousin they visit at barbecues and cookouts and shit. And they always be trying to act like these bitches is ghetto bitches too. These is fake bourgeois bougie bitches. They be nigga, my aunt, my aunt acting bougie and shit. My cousin Tyron to be acting bougie, but we love them though. But they familiar with us though. They talking shit about the hood, but they from it, and they be talking shit about the projects in the projects. Yo, you know what? You know what I realized about cousins who be acting like that, the female cousins. Y'all bitches be cosplaying. Y'all ain't never that lit in real life. Y'all never get that much money in real life. And don't let it be the light-skinned one with the good hair who mom did some bed winching. Oh, these bitches, they definitely think they made it. Especially they got a white man or something, or they find a good nigga to trick on. Because usually they all did some stripping and some tricking. They done moved away somewhere that we don't know what the fuck they at. They done did some light porn. Some fake singers somewhere. That's some fake contracts. Oh, don't let dumb bitches come back on the scene. They really be believing they bougie shit, but you know, every time they get beat up, they call the ghetto ass cousins and the ghetto ass family. Bitches, stop be cosplaying. Y'all can never look if y'all from the hood and you was born there, then you moved away. You can never be a bougie or a suburb. All you could do is think of all the times you got picked on and see people struggling and make fun of them with indirect insults and shit. Think everybody ain't finna hating on you, light skinned bitch. Motherfuckers is crazy. No goddamn well you eat ramen noodles and hot dogs. You know exactly what that shit tastes like. Act like you some lobster shrimp. Boobies, man, shut up. Shut up. Fantasizing about haters and shit, making the haters up. It was only hate y'all. Shut up. Talk about the projects while they in the projects visiting. Living a whole facade. Meanwhile, bitch, you somewhere living in a condo with your lights off. You being evicted. Your car's being repossessed. Yeah, motherfuckers just be fronting. If you Black American, you know what I'm talking about. You know this cousin. You probably got a few cousins like this too. This would be because they moved out their hood somewhere to somewhere they can't afford, and they think they made it, but you can't afford rent. You're calling your sisters and your brothers to borrow money and shit. Stop. It's just stop. The facade, living way above your means and shit, buying shit. Just stop. You bringing outfits back and shit, but stop. All this name brand you can't really afford. You looking way better than you actually living. Y'all toxic minded. Y'all really the dumb relatives. You just gotta outshine somebody. It's all that's insecurity. All that fake high class shit is insecurity. But I get it. Y'all was picked on in all your life and shit for being the pretty one. I get it. The light skin motherfuckers are the narcissists of the family. We got cousins who be cosplaying like they're rich and what they are and shit, living the way above their means. Probably went somewhere, did some porn somewhere, was stripping somewhere, got a little cocaine habit, bitch in Ferragamo and Gucci and all that. Bitch can't afford it, bitch into scamming. It's just got a trick with her. She's been tricking, selling pussy on the low. You don't skip the games. You used to be on back page. You know, them the ones that be acting like they be bougie and stuck up. Nah, you just sell coochie. You still a ghetto bitch. You still eat Cheetos. Still drink Teleport. Stop. You can't out-hood yourself. You got to be born and raised out correctly. You cannot just walk from the hood to a burb and automatically wild out overnight. Nah, nigga, that's not your program. You have to be raised in suburbia, right? All your life, like from day zero to end, it has to be a sustainable lifestyle. Like it's no struggling, I mean, everything has to be plush, you know what I'm saying? And then I understand, okay, she's really suburban. But then when you really suburban, you don't really think like looking down on people. You just live in your life. You don't really look down on people. It's only people who come from the hood who want to shit on everybody else, who want to shine and get attention from everybody else. Those be the ones calling people ghetto. It never be the real suburban people that's really thriving. Parents, two good parents, nice home, good income, 250,000 household income, 150. I'm saying shit like that. Nah, it be these bitches working at Burger King and stripping, who get a trick, to move them out, or these bitches be selling pussy and they get a condo. It's always be these type of bitches that be trying to be calling somebody ghetto and putting their nose up and shit. It's these booster bitches who they clothes is boosted, their money come from tricking and stripping, and they do cocaine, so they be tripping. It's only immigrants say ghetto people scare them because they make the whole ghetto. But people from America will say the gang members or the criminals of this neighborhood scares me. That's different. Saying a group of niggas scare you from this neighborhood scare you, but every neighborhood has that class. Go to the suburbs. It's gonna be some boys waiting to beat your ass. Think about the whole nigga. It's sundown towns. Think of the 60s right? when the little girls was going to school and people was throwing rocks. Think about all the sit-ins. The sit-ins, and that didn't happen in the hood. That was happening in the suburbs. When black people trying to indicate, that wasn't in the hood. That was in the suburbs where there was sicking dogs on, white people sicking dogs on people, water hose on people. Young boys is hitting niggas with rocks and baseball bats and golf clubs. That happened in the suburbs. Black Americans get attacked in the suburbs. You ain't never seen no white people get attacked like that in the hood. Nowhere. Only an immigrant feels safer in the suburbs than they do in the hood. Every black American got a aunt, a grandma, or a relative, or a boyfriend, or girlfriend that's from the hood. We all tied into the hood. We can't escape the hood. Even if we leave the hood, even if we leave the hood, we respect the hood, because when we fall off, we gotta go back to the hood. The same people you shit on going up, the same people you have to see coming down, and we know that. Y'all not like us. Y'all not from here. The nerve you had to talk about the hood. Y'all from slums and shanties. Y'all should never mention the hood. Y'all don't understand the hood. Of course you scared, because you let white people go in your ear and tell you all the stereotypes and all the lies. Right? They got a whole basement waiting for you. They got whole acid tubs waiting for you to disappear you. All types of saws and chains to dismember you. Get comfortable if you want. See, this is the weird thing though. Most people who are black, who say they don't like people from the ghetto, y'all like a check or two away from coming back to the ghetto. The ghetto is every black person's default. When you fall off, you lose your job, where you end up back to? The ghetto, the hood, the projects. This is your default by design. Now, the ironic thing is, the same people y'all assimilate to and want to relate to in the suburbs, those people belong in the ghetto too. 90% of the people in the suburbs belong in the ghetto. I'm going to tell you why. Because of racism. Because the FHA loans they gave everybody. Because once upon a time, everybody lived in the ghettos. The ghettos was white. Matter of fact, the ghetto was mostly white, and it's a Jewish term. That term was for a specific people of ethnicity called, the people. I can't really say them, but most gang and drug activity didn't concern black people. That wasn't us, because we was in the farmland. We was in the rural areas. It was a few of us in New York and Detroit, but in California, I'm saying, we was pioneering. We was pioneering and finding cities like, Chicago, California. People moved to cities, and white people had gangs. The mafia, the Irish mob, the Jewish mob. These were gangs. These are the original gangs. The original drive-bys, the original shootouts. Every day they was killing each other in New York City and New Orleans and different parts of the country. The gang, the thug, that's not an original black term. Somehow it got swapped out. See, what happened was Franklin D. Roosevelt didn't really want whites and blacks to mingle on the same level, because if you have a bunch of poor people, right, it becomes less about race, more about class. It's like the Bacon Rebellion. The Bacon Rebellion wasn't about race. It was about class. It was about the rich minority controlling the whole poor enslaved majority. See, the poor people always outnumber the rich 10 to 100 to 1. Always. FDR knew that if he kept these poor white people warring with each other, they'll eventually organize and go against the system. There was no minorities back then. It was only blacks. They would team up with the blacks and they overthrow the government. So what we had to do was play divide and conquer. So what he did was FDR gave 44 million white people in the 1950s, 1930s, 1940s, 1960s, 1970s, 80s. Basically gave them homes for prices lower than they gave people in the ghetto for rent, right? Because originally the projects was for white people, the welfare was for white people, the slums was all white people shit, because we had land. We didn't come to the cities until the factories after World War II. The factories needed people employment. It's giving out good wages. Back then you could buy a house, support a family, from a factory job. Coca-Cola, bunch of gun factories, a bunch of car factories, before America shipped everything overseas and outsourced, to deplete us. As the white people was getting home loans, moving to the suburbs, and suburbs being built, at the very same time, they was destroying black communities that was doing good. As it gave white people the suburbs, eminent domain destroyed our communities. As FDR gave everybody in the suburbs houses, at the same time, eminent domain was built on highways through black communities. So either he took people property and gave them below the worth, or they just completely took the communities and destroyed the communities. At the same time, there was bombing communities. There was putting communities under lakes. There was just devastating black communities. Everything we built and all the wealth we had, they took. They ran KKK, ran people off their land around this time. Millions of acres was stolen from us. So we was forced to live inside these poverty redline areas called the ghetto or the hood today. That was orchestrated by design by the government. In reality of a situation is, without government assistance, there would be no white people in the suburbs. They wouldn't exist. They didn't earn or deserve that. Our taxpayers pay for that to this day. The city pays for the suburbs. The hood subsidizes the suburbs. Our taxes pay for them to get better schools than we have to this day. We fund the suburbs. The suburbs can't sustain itself. That's a different podcast. I get into that later. I explain how people from the hood and the slums really pay for the suburbs to this day. And the suburbs give us nothing. Our taxpayers' money go to the suburbs to help fund them. The hood has the same story as hip hop because it's the same group of people they gave no resources to, but yet somehow they made a way. You can't find nobody outside Black America that's not inspirational, that ain't come from low income, no income, or from the hood. Besides maybe Martin Luther King, he was a bourgeoisie. He ain't come, but like, you know, MLK, the Black Panthers, LeBron James, Nipsey Hussle, Michael Jackson, Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, Oprah, Viola Davis, Tupac, Mike Tyson, Eazy-E, Marvin Gaye, Prince, John Henry Clark. I'm gonna tell you something too. When somebody black call somebody else black ghetto or hood, it's because they ass is ghetto and hood. It's a projection. Nigga, you only understand this because you of this. Nigga, if we didn't talk the same language, you won't understand what I'm saying to you. So if I talk hood, you know what the fuck I'm saying to you. So if someone's talking hood or ghetto, you recognize that, you just think you are above that, or you removed from it, or you're not like that anymore. But nigga, you still of that. You still of that. It's like, okay, you used to be a stray cat, right? Someone took you in, now you domesticated, but you still a stray cat, nigga. Now you see a stray cat, but oh, they crazy, nigga. You're not too different. You think somebody took you in, you're a little better now. Nah, nigga, you still, nigga. Yes. If poverty is making below 35,000 a year, and you make 60,000, nigga, you ain't too far from poverty, nigga. $100,000 ain't too far, because if you make $100,000, how much is going out? How much is going to your mortgage? How much is going to your car? How much is going to the kids? How much is going to food? How much is going to excess? Nigga, you're still broke. I could do, man. I ain't stupid. Just because you're a better class of broke, or you're in a better spaces, bro, your broke look better, or you your broke is still broke, nigga. It don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I credit fuck everything up, because broke people don't believe they're broke anymore. And education is people because education make people think they're more sophisticated or they're no, you're not. You're just indoctrinated. Okay, you got good diction. You could talk a little better now. Candace Owens, congratulations. Still ghetto. Still a nappy head, bald head scallywag. I can see why people would be scared of the hood too. So I'm not just being biased. But if you're going to be biased on both angles. Because, okay, you be scared of the hood, you should be scared. This is scared of the suburbs. This is scary because it's not as safe. Because somebody tie you up, put you in the trunk, never be seen again. Somebody you'll marry will disappear you and help look for you. Like the white dude in the suburbs named Michael Morton killed his wife to help people look for him, had a whole search team looking for her. That don't happen in the hood. You have domestic violence. You have domestic violence everywhere. Anything that you think bad goes on in the hood goes on in the suburbs too. It might be less gun violence because white people are spread out. They're spread out. It's millions of people that spread out over millions of acres. If you could condense them same people into small, tight, quarter-acre lands, and you stack the buildings up 20 feet high, you got 100 people on an acre of land now, nigga, crime will go up too. Because they do more drugs than us. They have weaker genes than us. And they're more psychotic. They're more animalistic than us. They eat people. These people will eat you. They get off by calling other people cannibals. They got whole movies and TV shows with them being cannibals. Hannibal Lecter. The whole HBO special with Jeffrey Dahmer. They promote that. The whole Hansel and Gretel. The whole Little Red Riding Hood stories. They have a history of they come from cannibalism. They come from cannibalism. They come from taking men, women, and children and deleting them. There's not a woman or man, animal or mammal species that white man ain't put his pecker in. I bet there's not a seal or walrus or whale, a damn marsupial, a raccoon. I bet they put their penis in everything, but you scared of us. It's not an animal on earth that they ain't eat, but you scared of us. You scared of us. They ate not turn their whole body. Only a piece of his skull was returned. But you scared of us. They done made lampshades and shoes and pocketbooks and out of flesh. But you scared of us. You scared of your own people. And these people rock you to shit. Everyone on earth should be scared of them people that you comfortable around. The ones that smile. Hey, how you doing? The same people everyone will assimilate to is the worst type of person on earth historically. Within 400 years, he done made everyone his slave, everyone his worker, to everyone invention, to everybody power, to everybody sources, to everybody resources. But yet you scared of people who surviving. That shit is weird. So we're poor by design. What's their excuse for being poor? What is if they have every avenue, every opportunity, every step of nepotism, every step of favoritism, every step of everything, but yet they still do violence? Our crimes is economic. It's two things: economic and a lack of education and a lack of therapy. We don't get therapy for the trauma we seen. We grow up with trauma. Fathers missing because they can't provide. People get laid off. They start being abusive to drugs and alcohol. When they took all the factory jobs, men became alcoholics because they couldn't feed their family, couldn't face reality. Those kids grew up and became dysfunctional, and them kids grew up and crack came. Now you got my generation here. Might as well call us animals. I'm scared of people. What are you scared of? If you a dork, I get you a dork. You a cornball. Y'all should be scared. Y'all cowards. Cowards should be scared. But if you got any respect for yourself, why would you be scared of anybody or anything? A white person could go into the middle of any project right now and won't nothing happen to him. If a black person go in the middle of any suburb, cops gonna come, the boys in the truck's gonna come, the boys in the hood's gonna come. I mean, in the hood, the white sheet's gonna come, Karen's gonna call. A white kid could go to any neighborhood right now and that white kid would be fine. Someone will get that white kid and call the cops and be fine. If a black kid go to suburbs, that black kid would never get seen again. These people killed Emmett Till. These people put George Steiny on death row. He was 14, electric chair. These people hung and these people cut the stomachs of pregnant women. Savage acts. How does that make sense? But I could understand if you from the hood and you've seen so much and now you got anxiety. I get that part. That's perfect. But just to be scared and you not even, most of y'all ain't even from the hood. Most of y'all online would never be in it. Most of y'all are just dorks and y'all just say words. Y'all don't know what hood mean. None of y'all from the hood. Y'all ain't involved in no gangs. Y'all ain't involved in no drug activity. Y'all ain't involved in no shootings. Y'all ain't involved in no violence. Y'all not from the hood. Nigga, they act like we are inferior when we got superior genes. Like, these people are the epitome of reverse psychology, but yet y'all coons allow them to get in y'all mind and look at us as we are them things while they are them things. Everything you can think of that's evil and demonic and you should fear, they got you feeling comfortable and got you looking at us uncomfortable. But we'll welcome you in. We'll help you out. We look out for each other.
And if people don't give black hoods credit for, while there is, sordid behavior that happens in the hood, yes, we are aware. Black neighborhoods are a lot more communal and family oriented than people actually give us credit for. Like, yeah, they be on the corners, but they gonna make sure you get in your house. They gonna make sure ain't nobody messing with you. They gonna make sure you get home. Like, we good. Now the stupidity that goes on is stupidity. But the black hoods, we got each other. That's just what it is. And when you come to visit and we adopt you, if you're not one of us, we gonna make sure you good too. Like, people just be trying. People just be on the internet saying anything.
Y'all love the lies they tell. Y'all believe in this shit. See, when you ain't from the hood, you out your natural environment. When you amongst them, nigga, you are a fish in the air. You don't belong in a fucking air. You a fish. You belong in a goddamn ocean. So your standards become their standards. Your criteria become their criteria. Ideology becomes theirs. And you start hating yourself because they got you hating your own people. If them people ain't shit and you one of them, you will reflect and think you ain't shit. And that's how the game is being played. That's why no one respects bedwenches. Nobody respect, nigga. Every bedwench you see got an insecurity. They all lacking something, and they'll know what they lacking. Nigga, you lacking camaraderie with your people. Nigga, you lacking your real connection to your people. Now, I ain't saying Caribbeans are our people because, okay, whatever, we're dumb. They're disconnected from their islands, and they lost anyway. I'm saying, so they use American blackness as like, you know, a substitute for their roots or for their connection, whatever. They have no connection to us, but they use our, because they have to use black culture for everything, which is a weird thing they do. They always connected. We have nothing to do with these people. For 400 years, 500 years, we've been separated. We have nothing to do with these people. Somehow they feel a connection with us. We're not connected, but whatever. But pick the games that they play. They'll have you thinking that you're inferior, even though your genes are genetically superior to them, and they're superior, even though they're really genetically inferior to you. That make you think that your people got the diseases when these people invented AIDS, brung the world syphilis, they brung the world gonorrhea, chlamydia, all these are European diseases. Like, look it up. All diseases came from the Europeans. Their diet gave us diabetes, but you act like we are sick and poor. No. We got to stop the reverse psychology. Everything they put on us, it got to go back to them. The ghettos belong to them. The word thug belong to them. Crime belongs to them. Nobody does crime more than them. No matter how much crime they claim we do, we never did war crimes. We never got crimes against humanity. We never did that. Try as they may, they can never put that on us. We ain't never slave people. We never genocide people. So I don't know how the crime things stick. These people are war criminals. Devastate whole countries. Coups. Assassinations. They ruin economies. Steal trillions of dollars. But yet they put crime on us. It's not a mammal on earth that hasn't been raped by these people. Not a mermaid, not a fish, not a manatee, nigga, not a sloth, think of any animal, a platypus, nigga. These niggas put some ding-a-ling inside these mammals. They go crazy. There are 40 million people they call black that have European DNA in them. Black Americans. It's more than that. I'm just saying this in America. Nigga, we ain't put our genes in them. They gotta. See what I mean? It just don't make sense. The things that say never make sense. Not to mention Jim Crow laws. We are over everything except paid, compensated, and appreciated. The Man's Act, nigga, they do all. It should be legal for you to marry a cousin, but illegal to marry somebody black when somebody white. Interracial marriages. America was allowed to be a criminal except black Americans. The Irish was allowed to be criminals. The small hats allowed to be criminals. The Italians allowed to be criminals. The Colombians got allowed to be criminals. The Mexicans got allowed to be criminals. Now the Venezuelans got allowed to be criminals. The CIA got allowed to be criminals. Oliver North got allowed to be a criminal. Everybody can be a criminal except for us. There are millions of immigrants breaking the law right now as we speak. None of them being criminalized. They're all being rewarded. But yet we make you nervous. People crossing the border is pow pow and rat-a-tat-tatting people in New York City, raping people, stealing, burglarizing. Latino gangs in California just running into a bunch of stores, getting arrested. They blame blacks for that. Come to find out the people who got caught was Latino. But we make you nervous. We get blamed for everything, even by our own people. Scotland's allowed to be. Everybody's allowed to be a savage or brute and real criminals. Time we really do crimes, they're tied to economics. Yes, there are violent crimes, but that's still by design, by proximity. Because they can spread us out and put us in a bunch of acres. There's mad acres out there in America. They got enough to give us all an acre at least, but they got us all on small acres in overpopulated communities with less resources. They did experiments with rats in the same conditions, and the rats started eating each other and killing each other the same exact way. Ironic thing is, they call us, they act like we the criminals, right? But we are overcharged. They're undercharged for crimes. Look, they had slave laws, they had pig laws, they had black laws. There was no white laws, wasn't no Asian laws. Everybody get bills, we get laws. They had black laws, black codes, civil rights. Even when civil rights was used against us, they used civil rights to give it to immigrants. All the gun laws on the books is because they didn't want us having guns during the Black Panther Party. The war on drugs, the war on crime, that's all war on us. The American government never waged war on nobody. Even the war on poverty is against us. Nigga, mass incarceration is against us. There wasn't no Asian mass incarceration. There wasn't no white mass incarceration, no Latino mass incarceration. There's no Latino laws, no Asian laws. Everybody get bills, we get lost. Everybody get bills for them, we get lost against us. Most of the law books, even cocaine is criminalized because of us. They blame us for cocaine. Called as coke fiends or like some type of coke fiend or drug fiend. Marijuana is illegal. They blame men. They say we rape white women and do types of shit. They do all types of shit. And not only they criminalize us, they demonize us. Movies like King Kong, zombie movies, those are all representation of black people being degenerate criminals and killers. It's a movie called The Rise of a Nation, where the KKK, the birth of the nation, when KKK got reactivated. They blamed us for doing all types of things to white women we never did. They blamed innocent kids, hung innocent kids, burned innocent kids, hung pregnant women. Like, the things, see, a cop will pull me over. I'm guaranteed to get a ticket. They never give us breaks. They never give us breaks. White people get nothing but breaks. Nollies, dismisses. Sometimes they don't go to court for crimes. There been plenty of times they actually 187 somebody and still there before they got charged. Like, we get charged for things we didn't even do. So we get charged for the max. Every other day, somebody being exonerated for doing 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. No one else is being exonerated. Though they call us criminals, nigga, it's easy for somebody to be a criminal. We got vagrant laws, which means you ain't got a job, you go to jail. You got pig laws, you steal a chicken or a piece of bread, you do 20 years, you're free labor. It's easy to criminalize somebody when you want free labor from slavery again, so you just make a whole new system and call it something different, aka convict leasing, which no Latino went through, no Asian went through, no white people went through. Nobody went through convict leasing besides black Americans. A bunch of innocent black Americans. Laws that didn't even exist for white people was made for black Americans. Because most white people in the South didn't have jobs. They didn't get arrested. Nobody in America got our experiences. But everybody want to target us and criminalize us and demonize us and say we make them anxious. We make them nervous. They're scared of us. No one asks us who we scared of because we numb to the fear. We're used to it. We get tortured every day. We don't run. I'm glad to say I'm a black American. I ain't scared of nobody. I ain't scared of nothing. Built different. I don't get nervous. Any crowd. Unless it's a bunch of white boys. I get nervous from white boys. Can't trust white people. We never genocided people. We never slaved people. We never had sex rings. We don't sell women all around the world. We don't collect organs. Like, we just ignore these big crimes and focus on small gangbanging crimes and little drug activities. Most of the time, they get charged with the same crimes. They don't get prosecuted for it. They get dismissed. Why do you think we get 1,000 more tickets than they get? 1,000% more tickets than they get. Because when they get put over, they let them go. They give us tickets all the time. We don't get no breaks. So, of course, our crime is going to look higher when we get prosecuted and attacked more. They come to our hoods looking for crime. They don't come when people call for crime. They come, they check people, they frame people, they lie on people, they lie on reports. Of course we get convicted more. Of course they're like, we're more criminals because we're targeted to be criminals. They have whole systems built around criminalizing black people. It's called the judicial system. It's giving people who don't deserve jobs. Nigga, we don't need these judges, these lawyers. We don't need probation officers. We don't need to pay these fines, these fees. But all them things white people benefit from, it keeps them employed. And the reality of the situation is white people really are the lazy people. They've been lazy since slavery. Slavery got them lazy, but yet they call us lazy. And think about all the things they do. Like, look. They called us lazy when we were slaves. They got free labor. They call us criminals, but they slave people. They ignore that crime, right? They say we got diseases when literally syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia came from them. They call us sickly when literally the bubonic plague, the Black Death, yellow fever, all these things was killing them. And these things, they broke here and killed populations of the indigenous people. Just by being in contact, just by breathing, they came and killed people just by breathing. They also use chemical warfare to kill people too. We don't do this. So we never slave people. We don't have no pedophile rings. We don't steal organs. We don't eat people. And we don't incriminate innocent people. Everything they do somehow get ignored, and everything we don't do get amplified. Everything we don't do, we get blamed for. It sticks to us. Everything they do seems to roll off their back. We look at the world the wrong way. These people are playing a good mind game trick. And it's not even a good mind game. It's obvious. You can see the damn play from a mile away. Immigrants feed into this. And not just black immigrants, not just African immigrants. Every immigrant feeds into white lies. Everything that they control the media, they control the radio, they control the images on Hollywood, so they could paint the picture and brainwash people. But immigrants don't know the history, so they don't know no better. They come in, they just believe it. They have no contact with us, they just believe everything that's said about us. But what's crazy is how black people could fall for the same trick. Nigga, white people should make you nervous. Any white nigga in a trench coat should give you anxiety. Any young white teen you see in fatigues should give you anxiety. Every time you see a white person in a community should give you anxiety. What are they doing there? Every time you see a white person going to a school, you should have anxiety. Every time you see a white person at a goddamn church, you should have anxiety. Every time you see a white person at a mosque, you should have anxiety. Every time you see a white person at a Stop and Shop or a Walmart, you should have anxiety. Not based on race, it's based on historical events. I'm not basing none of this on race. This is on historical events and the fruit they produce. This had nothing to do with race. This is just, if we get this base things on history, because they base everything we do on race. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying let's base things on the history of these people, then judge. We should move according to that. We know they lie the most, they steal the most, they take the most, and they brag the most, and they act like they're better than everybody. When everybody, they take from everybody. They invent science, they invent literature, they didn't invent poetry, philosophy, they invent nothing. But they get credit for everything. And yet, this is the people y'all want to assimilate to and feel safe around. It's just the weirdest shit. All their nursery rhymes involve some type of pedophilia or some type of cannibalism or some type of evil deed at the end. If you learn the real history of these people, like stories that even Mickey Mouse is like, he's really based on blackface, the minstrel show. They really insult us in so many ways. Even their holidays, they got us thinking that it's about one thing, really it's not. Like St. Valentine's Day is about sexual deviancy, orgies, rape, infidelity. Christmas is about a god, Saturn. But they got y'all thinking it's about Jesus. Like, they lie so much. If we do believe anything, nigga, we should all be afraid of them. I am. Like, these are the only people that can lie perpetually, habitually, for centuries, and everybody seem to believe. And it's like, you could prove facts into their face, and they'll still tell a lie right in front of you. You can show them evidence and scientific facts, they still will lie. Think about the lies they told. Eugenics, a whole lie. IQ test, whole lies. White superiority, whole lies. Columbus, whole lies. Them claiming Greeks and Roman as white civilization, whole lies. Blacks don't feel pain, whole lies. Not only did they lie, they lie, steal, and cheat. This a culture of lying, stealing, cheating. But yet the people who tell the truth, they get no credibility. These are the people who created storytelling, mythology, propaganda. They invented propaganda, but yet nobody seems to see the truth. And we tell the truth, you crazy and you weird and you're stupid. They just dismiss facts internationally. Call things false information when it's true. Make claims without no references, and then when you say something, they want to see all the proof. They don't give nobody else credit, but unless it comes from white people. It's just these people deny things and they brainwash the whole world, and people just believe them. Why would you believe anything they say? When I was young, I had cavities. 8 years old. I never ate candy though. I eat candy, but not like that. I brush my teeth every night, right? Gave me 8 cavities. I ain't have cavities since up until recently. I had one little root canal, right? Recently, it's like a few days ago. Coming to find out, I read something in 1999. Dentists was just lying and giving kids cavities to get more money. The more fillings they do, the more drills they do, they get more money. There was just milking the whole black community. Elizabeth Holmes got billions for lying for technology she can't even invent. Billions. When they lie, they get promoted, they get backed up, nigga, they get billions. When we tell the truth, we get nothing. Elizabeth Holmes thought she was the next Bill Gates. This bitch was an absolute fraud. Rachel Dolezal pretended to be black for years. For years. We think Elon Musk is a genius. Well, his money came from the apartheid oppression of slaves, and somehow we think he's a made man. Like his parents ain't give him money. Like it's just so many lies. All they heroes is just, everything is to them is mythology and what they say goes. Bernie Madoff, straight lies. Whole Ponzi scheme. Bill Clinton lied about Monica Lewinsky. Nixon Watergate scandal, lies. Or the white women that lied on little black kids and called rape and called types of this, lies. Karen's lie. Carolyn Bryant lied on Emmett Till. Charles Ponzi, and he invented the Ponzi scheme. Nigga, it's a king of liars. Italian dude, white dude, European. It's a lies. Joe Biden tells nothing but lies every time. I got black backs. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. It's a straight lie. And then they allow other people to lie. They push that Obama's black. Obama's not black. That's a lie. They push Kamala Harris is black or Asian. She's Asian. She's not black. That's just a lie. They just lie and allow people to lie with them. The platform Candace Owens, she just tells lies. Part truths, but she lies. She's famous for lying and going against her own people. This is their promoting platform. People who go to just go against a black, it's just all deceitful. Frank Abagnale, Catch Me If You Can, king of lies, and they promote him. They gave him a whole movie. They reward their liars. They make them as heroes. Matter of fact, he lied so much, the feds hired him. I don't think they even went to jail. Only a white motherfucker could tell a lie and the feds will hire you. The Wolf of Wall Street, lie. Came home, wrote all types of books and got promoted. These people get movie deals, books promotion. They get rewarded for lying and we get punished for telling the truth. That Sebi done cured AIDS, done cured cancer, done cured. Nigga ain't getting no type of movie, no type of books. This don't make no sense. The biggest welfare queen is a white woman named Linda Taylor. That's the term white welfare queen came from, yet they put it on black women. Most people in America who get housing assistance, get welfare, all white people, but yet it's all lies. They become heroes from lying. We become villains for telling the truth. Standing up for justice, standing up for the right thing, being on the right side of justice and time. They value our houses as lower. They lie, but they overvalue theirs. It's just so much they lie about that we live in the lie because all they do is tell lies. Stole a bunch of inventions and patents, took credit for it. It's a history of them just lying and taking advantage and taking credit for things they never did. Or didn't invent the car or the conveyor belt. George Washington Carver invented the conveyor belt that got him famous, but he got no credit for it. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light. Lewis Latimer gave him the filament that made the light actually glow, but Thomas Edison get credit for it. They'll censor you, execute you. They'll do anything to stop you from telling the truth. They cut off your algorithms on all platforms. They'll ban you from all platforms to tell a story. They burn books. They bribe people to push propaganda and lies. Like it's lying is their biggest weapon. It's their biggest strength. It's their superpower. Lying, money, and executing people. Truth threaten these people. The worst thing they want to know is the truth. Like they don't want to tell the truth of why blacks are in poverty. They just want to say blacks are in poverty. Look at these blacks. Look at Chicago. They don't want to say they invented the guns. They invented the drugs. They invented the diseases. They invented lead paint, fluoride in the water. They invented public housing. They pick and choose who to give land to, who to give houses to, who to give mortgages to. They deny people mortgages. They deny black people mortgages who got better credit than whites. All they do is lie. To believe anything and to feel comfortable around liars says something about you. It says you are stupid. You're comfortable around liars. Liars have no good intentions for nobody but themselves. But yet they lie so much, you believe so much of what they say that you're comfortable around them, but feel anxious around people from the hood who do none of that. People from the hood that have history and none of that. People from the hood are less dangerous than people who you see who rat-a-tat-tat schools, who rat-a-tat-tat Walmarts, who rat-a-tat-tat Stop and Shops, who rat-a-tat-tat daycares, who rat-a-tat-tat spas, who rat-a-tat-tat. These people do anything, anywhere. Churches, they rat-a-tat-tat churches. When I say rat-a-tat-tat, I mean rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat with my hands behind my back. Not crisscross, but they call me Daddy Mac. Who was that? Somebody said that old corny rhyme. I think Uncle Joe saw that corny rhyme. But yes, I'm saying, I'm not saying people from the hood aren't violent, but you could see it coming. You could predict it. These people come, you can't tell it coming. College campuses, daycares, elementary schools, high schools. Not one, multiple people, massacres. And we give you anxiety? Nigga, people from the hood are probably the most harmless people, some of the best people in all reality. You let the few, see, it's funny how you let the few black people mess it up for the whole group of black people, but it's abundance of white people. It's history books on serial killers that's this thick. There are history books this big about executing Native Americans and Taino Indians and and slavery. There are libraries of chaos, massacres, and destruction from these people. But yet, you're comfortable around them people? Like, you're comfortable? The weirdest shit. Only an immigrant and a coon can identify this. Only immigrants, coons, and bed wenches. They don't produce coons and bed wenches. The middle class in the suburbs produce the most coons and the most bed wenches. And so does Africa and the Caribbean when we come here. Instant coons, instant bed wenches, you don't gotta add water. They've been dreaming to be coons. They've been dreaming to be bed wenches. They come here and they embrace it, especially the Haitians. Top bed wenches, top notch, top quality bed wenches and coons come from Haiti.